I just want to, ask about LoadProof. If you could please start with an introduction, about your business and, what were some of the
Sure,
challenges, things like that. Yeah, we'll start there. Yeah.
sure, sure. So, again, work for Fusion Transport, sister company for global transportation, pallets in, pallets out company, primarily pallet storage, consolidation. So we do store pallets for customers for warehousing side, and then we also do consolidation, move
Yep.
freight, move loads for customers as well. We may move just loads, we may store just warehouse, and we may do both for them.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
we are using LoadProof for taking pictures for
Yep.
any outbound trailers that are loaded, whether it's one pallet or 100 pallets,
Yep.
LTL or FTL.
Yep.
Anything that leaves our building, we are taking pictures of. So far, we've been very happy with the service.
Yep.
A couple of little quirks here and there. We can go into that in a little bit.
Yep.
But we've been very happy with the quality so far.
Yep.
We are using it primarily right now for two different reasons. One, in reference to any claims that may come against any quality of loads, that kind of stuff. Or the second reason we're using it is for quality assurance to ensure all pallets are loaded on the trailer. I.e., we're supposed to have 20 pallets loaded on a trailer. We take 21 pictures before that load.
Yep.
We have someone in our building auditing to make sure quality of pictures are good before the load leaves, making sure we have 21 total pictures, the last picture being a picture of the whole trailer, and then 20 individual pictures.
One for each pallet.
Correct.
Okay, great. So great. So what were, some of the challenges before, right? And what happened, why did you guys decide to go with LoadProof? And, how did that solve the challenge? How did that solve the problem? If you could please talk about that.
Absolutely. So two of the biggest challenges that we dealt with at this company, and it's an industry normal problem, is claims.
Yep.
So hey, you guys shipped this pallet to us. You only shipped us one of two. Well, no. Here's the picture: 2 pallets loaded in the trailer. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you. And that claim completely goes away.
Okay.
Without that picture, we have no proof that we put both pallets on the trailer.
Okay.
You may have hey, you were supposed to send us this pallet with 4 boxes on it.
Yep.
Well, look at the picture, you'll see the 4 boxes on it. You only sent us 3 boxes. Nope. If you look at the picture, there's 4 on there. So we have already been able to, I don't want to say battle, but we've been already to justify and put down multiple claims in the last 2 to 3 months, just based off solely the LoadProof pictures.
Great, fantastic. So that's the first problem where the entire pallet goes missing. So now we are able to, have a compelling proof saying that, hey, you know what, we shipped all the pallets with the photos of the X of Y label on the pallet, right? So what was the second challenge that you mentioned?
Yeah, the second challenge is load accuracy. So, you've got a warehouse that's got a load manifest or a BOL to load 50 pallets. They load 49.
Yeah.
The loader gets into the zone. He's not paying attention, or she's not paying attention. And they load, they think they load all 50. They leave a pallet behind in the warehouse. Load gets all the way to the customer, and they go, hey, we got 49.
Yeah.
Now we have to ship one pallet via LTL or on their next week's scheduled delivery run. Say it's to like a Walmart DC.
Yep.
And if it's a Walmart, you're getting fined.
Yep.
If it's an individual customer, it's going to cost you money, because now they're going to say, well, you're shipping that on your dime, John.
Correct.
That's not our fault.
Correct.
So multiple times, we have someone in the office, our shipping office, that will review the LoadProof picture count, and they'll say, hey, you've got 20 pictures here. You've got 20 pallets. You're supposed to have 21 pictures. What's going on? So they'll quickly look through things. Maybe they'll try to walk through the trailer, or they'll walk through the outbound lane and go, oh, hey, I forgot a pallet. Thank you. And they'll load that pallet on the trailer. And now we're 20 of 20.
Great. So with the load proof, you're able to, the people are more, paying attention more, verifying, double
Yes.
checking. So there, I mean, is it fair to say that the quality of the load that you ship has improved?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So how is the load proof implementation experience has been, right? I mean, was it easy to turn on? How two things, right? One is turning on a system. That's one thing. That's always technical challenge, and then also how has been the change management, right? I mean, people are doing their job one way all along, and then suddenly, right, you guys add a new process, new system. Hey, now I got to do this one step extra. So if you could please talk through both, the first one from an implementation technical rollout perspective, and second one from a people adoption, change management, acceptance perspective.
I got you. So from a rollout, I've rolled this out. So actually, when this first started, I was general manager for our Piscataway, New Jersey location.
Great.
In the last few months, I've recently been promoted. I am now director of all warehousing.
Awesome.
For
Fantastic. Congratulations. I mean, I hope LoadProof, helped you in some way or another. I mean, I know that's great.
Oh, it
That's yeah,
has.
yeah,
Oh, it has.
yeah.
So while I was the GM, I helped all four locations kind of launch it.
Okay.
Some locations launched it well or better than others. One location, we didn't launch it until about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
They just were not equipped to launch something, and it wasn't the right time.
Got it.
So let's go with how did my first launch go to my last launch?
Yes.
First launch, New Jersey. We had to get it on the phones. We had to, we had to download the apps. A little bit of a learning curve. Nothing terrible.
Yeah.
We used it in our New Jersey building for 2 or 3 weeks before we launched it across the country. More, a couple little hiccups that we learned going throughout. The system for adding people, adding and removing is so simple. I love it. The dashboard, so simple. I love it. Getting the app on the phone and using the app, so simple. I think our biggest challenge was maybe language barrier. I'm fortunate enough that I had someone in New Jersey that did a PowerPoint presentation with pictures, slide by slide, 25 or 26 slides, and said, did a picture of them holding the phone with the screen up saying, hey, when you see this, do this. When you see this, do that.
Yeah.
So I cheated. Now, anytime I launch this in a building, I just bring that PDF PowerPoint presentation, I print it out, I give it out to the trainees. Within 24 hours, everyone's using it seamlessly.
So that's like an SOP, it sounds like, right? That's what, so the 25 slide deck is the SOP that says, hey, take photos of this, photos of this, photos of this type of thing.
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so that's good. That's good to hear. Okay, so that was the first facility, right?
Yep. So now that was the first facility. So just probably 3 weeks ago, I launched my final facility out in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
I had the phones and docking stations delivered out there. So when I landed, everything was there. Within 4 hours, I had 10 phones set up. Docking stations set up. Had 2 training sessions done. And within 24 hours, everyone was using it, no problem. Whereas in New Jersey, it was about a week or so of don't take pictures like that, take it like this, that PowerPoint deck that I built, plus just getting comfortable using the phones and the dashboard. I can have a building up and running within 24 hours, assuming all the equipment's on site.
Great. So, okay, great, fantastic, right? So, how was the adoption, right? I mean, usually we are humans and we don't want change and we don't like change. When someone, puts a change on us, we kind of, resist a little bit until we thoroughly understand. And, how was that experience, in your facilities?
It went better than I anticipated.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to get some good kickback. Pretty much the only kickback that I received from like would be your side. The guys don't love the phones we're using. They wish they had better battery lives, but that's more my issue. They were saying that, it's going to take a long time. I got to get off the forklift. I got to take a picture, I said, okay, well, how long do you think this should take? Oh, it'll take us, if we've got 30 or 40 pallets, it's going to take us 45 extra minutes. And I said, absolutely not. I said, but you know what I'm willing to do? I'm willing to let you try it. So they tried it and they go, oh, John, this only took like 5 or 10 more minutes total, maybe. It was quick. I go, yes, it's quick. Very quick. So, the proof was in the pudding, as I always say. You have a dashboard and a platform that's it works quick, it's responsive. Guys are able to take the pictures, upload them quickly. They're able to move on to the next load. I only have one complaint, and it's a complaint that can be fixed.
Okay.
Well, it's a complaint that it wouldn't be around if I paid, I guess, for the scanning part.
Okay.
We don't have the option to use our flash to scan barcodes because we're only using this singularly right now as taking pictures, storing the pictures for load quality, and that's it. But the trailers are dark, so not all of my locations have dock lights or the best working dock lights. So when they're in the trailers, they're having to use forklift lights to illuminate the trailer. Because we don't have the scanning part turned on, you can't use the flash. And I've spoken to a couple of people on trying to, hey, I promise with the cherry on top, the thing, some sort of line or there's some sort of data entry that says, until Fusion pays for the service to scan barcodes, the flash won't turn up. I think the flash should be able to be used with the package. I think we have the gold package.
Yeah.
I think there should be some sort of code written that doesn't allow you to scan, but allows you to use the flash. But I'll be honest with you, for the last 3-4 months, we've been able to get along without the flash.
Okay.
So it's kind of water under the bridge at this point.
Okay, great. So we'll I want to understand that problem better. I mean, so are you saying we'll talk about that later. I'll email you, and if you could give me some details, we'll run some tests as well, because we are supporting all that. The flash automatically comes on in the Android tablets that we deploy. And what are the devices? I mean, normally, right, in the warehouse, this was another question that occurred to me. In the warehouse, normally the people are not allowed to use their personal phones, right? How are you guys doing that? Are they allowed to use their personal phones in your facilities?
No, so unless they're checking, unless they're checking a time or they got an emergency phone call, typically they have to step off of the the piece of pit equipment they're using or step off the warehouse floor to use a phone.
Got it. So
it's a personal phone.
It's a corporate phone, right? That's what they're. I mean,
yeah. So we purchased between 10 and 20 corporate phones per building. Had the apps downloaded on it.
Okay.
We didn't want the phone. We didn't want the apps going on personal phones.
Personal phones. Okay, great. So you have dedicated devices for this purpose in your facility.
Correct.
And not use. Yeah, exactly. Same thing. I mean, we recommend tablets because tablets have the. You can do one important rule, right? I mean, we talked about this before. When you're deploying systems in the warehouse, you want to keep the travel time as minimum as possible. So that's why our recommendation is to go with the tablet, so you can take photos and you can right away log on to the browser and then do everything, sharing, double checking and all that. But either way, that's fine. If this works for you guys, that's great. So that's great. So I mean, do you have any suggestions for improvement in terms of what we can do better or even add more value to you guys through LoadProof? Any thoughts on that side?
No, absolutely not. I think you've got a platform that's seamless. Everything's going good. I have done demonstrations with customers.
Oh, great.
Both projected customers, new projected customers, and current customers, and just kind of filling them in on when I call them up, well, when we have an issue where a pallet might have been left behind, and I say, no, per my LoadProof pictures, these 4 pallets were loaded on the trailer, and they go, well, what's LoadProof? And I show them the platform, and they go, wow, John, this is awesome. I said, of course it is. I said, this is ensuring load accuracy, load quality. So my customers are loving it. First time they have any questions, they go, hey, can you send me some of that load picture thingy you got? That's the first thing they tell me. I go, of course, I'll get you some pictures. So, maybe down the road, would it be nice to be able to give out customer login credentials that they could specifically log in and check things? Maybe.
You guys, yeah.
I also like having some, I guess I don't want to say power, but some of that discretion on my end of what they see and can't see. Okay. For right now, the platform is doing exactly what Frank, my owner, and Jay Han, my boss, exactly what the 3 of us intended for us to be able to use it. Working seamlessly.
Great. I mean, you guys can do that today. You can set up a user ID and give it to them, and they can log in and see. But once you give access to a site, they can see pretty much everything. I think what we could potentially do is we could give you guys some kind of a filter that you can set up so this user can see only this, something like that.
Yeah, so what we need to do is set up a filter. We would put, so in your search box, we use L numbers, load numbers, where we would say, okay, Walmart, you want to look at loads L1234, load 5678, where we could drag them over into their folder. And should they have any questions, they could log in on their, only thing they would be able to see is that folder. And then they could, right now, if I give them access, to say New Jersey, they can see everything. Walmart, Kmart, Toys R Us, anyone that has that, anyone that we take pictures for, they'd see everyone's pictures, and there could be some privacy issues at that.
Got it. Fantastic. I think this is a great idea. We'll implement it. We'll put it on our list definitely and implement it as quickly as possible. I think this is a great idea, providing that some kind of a filter to them so they can see only what makes sense and what is relevant for them. I think that's a great idea. Fantastic. I mean, great. I think that's a great feedback. We are all ears. Any feedback that you guys have, and if you think of something, hey, this is just occurred to me. See if you can implement it or something. We'll be happy to take a look at it. Just shoot us an email.
The gentleman. I don't believe you were one of the first 2 gentlemen that initially did our setup, but the 2 gentlemen that launched us. They were amazing. And I can, when you send me an email, I'll respond back and let you know which gentleman in particular really gave us that TLC. It was one gentleman. I mean, we were going back and forth. I was running when we were first launching the first building. I was going, hey, why isn't this? Why isn't the flash working? Well, how do you do this? And he's like, oh, John this, and John that. I mean, he was responsive. I will get you his name.
Okay,
great guy.
Great, fantastic. Thank you for the feedback. I mean, we love.
It's probably been 2 months, almost 3 months since I've had to reach out to him, because your platform, once you understand it and you know how to use it, it drives. It's like a Tesla car. It drives itself. I mean, you don't got to do anything.
It's pretty straightforward, and we've kept it simple. Because right, the last thing we want to do is spend hours to get the data that you're looking for. Everything should be within seconds. I mean, great. I mean, so would you recommend someone like yourself that's sitting on the fence and thinking, hey, should I buy this LoadProof or not for my facility? Would you recommend them LoadProof?
I've already recommended you. So we have one of our customers, one of their manufacturers. They go, hey, John, what's that system you use? Because we need one of our manufacturers to start taking pictures when they. So we have a customer that their manufacturer sends us loads. We get the loads. I take the pictures and I say, hey, your manufacturer is doing X, Y, and Z. And they go, you know what? We need what you got. So, I've given them some information. I know they're in the middle of some upper management changes. So they're in the middle of figuring out, okay, what are they going to do next steps? But I would definitely recommend this to, a colleague or anyone on the fence.
Perfect, perfect. I mean, that's all I had, John. I mean, thank you very much for taking the time to share this feedback.
Of
This
course.
is immensely, immensely valuable. And of course, right, if you guys think of anything else, please, reach out to us and we'll be happy to incorporate in the product. And at the end of the day, right, we want to make you guys successful with this tool. Yeah.
I appreciate it. No, thank you, and look forward to getting you an email. Like I said, I'll let you know the gentleman's name that helped us out at the beginning. Okay.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice rest of the day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.